Yes, friends, today we are going to start inverse Z transform. Very important, students. We'll just go with the definition first. So previous class you already studied about Z transform. You can go through the previous lecture and can see all the formula list I have given, and very simple formulas we have simplified here, students. So now we are going to start with the Z transform, students. So please note that the definition goes like this. If un is equal to f of n, that is the function for n is equal to 0, comma 1, comma 2, dot, and un is equal to 0 for n is less than 0, then z transform of un is defined by, so just this z transform of un is defined by z of un, and which is given by z of un is equal to u of z. So already we have seen the z transform definition. Same way we have inverse z transform is defined by un. Please see here this un. We are going to take here un is equal to z inverse u of z. So whatever the z terms are there, that we are going to take z inverse u of z, so that we are going to get here un, student. So why we study z inverse transformation, that is it is the mainly used to analyze and process digital data. So I think everyone comes across the data right now, right? The data may be the files, may be in terms of images, mp3, mp4, and zip files. This all will be converted, and in the terms of image, mp3, mp4, zip files, and the same files again it can be brought to the inverse form. So therefore with this z transform will help you to convert the files from image to, again you can see mp3 files can be converted, mp4 files can be converted, zip files can be converted, and they are vice versa. So like this z inverse z transform is useful, student. So I have listed some of the formulas. Previous class also I have given some more formulas. Today also I am giving the same formulas again for the z transformation. So these are the list of z transformation. You can note down or you can take the screenshot here, students, right? So as I told you that in the last 10 formulas are very important. Please note that. Okay, by after studying all these formulas, you should know the inverse z formulas also. So I told you to write down the inverse z formulas. So now you can just see in this left hand side, they are all z terms are there. Please see, we have converted z transform, students, which is defined as un is equal to z inverse u of z. So like this you should remember. So you should remember z transform formulas. Now we can just substitute this. Inverse will become now this term, right side will going to become left side, and left side will going to become right side when it is z transform. So reverse everything now. Okay, we'll just go through the very important method, that is partial fraction method. So in inverse z transform we will be focusing on partial fractions, which is important for our syllabus. So before solving this partial fraction method, first you should know partial fraction is used if the order of expression in the numerator is less than or equal to that in the denominator, students. For example, you can just see here, if you simplify the denominator, here the highest power of z is z square, and in the numerator the highest power of z is only 1. So like this, 1 divided by, I think this will be 2. So in the denominator it is more, and in the numerator order of the expression is less, then we can use this partial fraction. Also please remember here note 2, that is partial fraction formed this expression, whatever you are getting, this is u of z. It must be written of u of z divided by z, that is this. Then only we can simplify this partial fraction, students. So today we will solve this example Everyone, just please, we are going to find inverse Z transform of this first, second, and third example. So we'll see one by one the Z transformation. You also can try with the help of partial fractions only. This is easily can be solved. So I will show you first one. So please write down the example, students. Here, so here they have given Z inverse, Z divided by, this is Z transform inverse is Z divided by Z minus 1 into Z minus 2, students. So how you will take? You are going to take let them give any equation. You are going to take this as, now U of Z is equal to, this is Z divided by Z minus 1 and Z minus 2, students. So please remember, this is numerator. I will take here numerator. Highest power is 1. Okay, power is 1. And in the denominator, highest power of Z is 2. So this is also known as order. Order is 2 in the denominator. Order is 1 in the numerator. Then you can see we can apply the partial fractions run. So please remember this, all the tricks and formulas I am writing in the right hand side. Left hand side I will be solving the example one by one. So first step, whenever you get the inverse Z transform in terms of partial fraction, first you are going to write this in terms of U of Z divided by Z is equal to, this is 1 divided by Z minus 1, Z minus 2. So please tell me how you are going to simplify this in terms of partial fraction. You should know that this is equal to A divided by Z minus 1 plus B divided by Z minus 2. Please tell me, can anybody find out what is A and B? Yes, Jitendra Kumar, Abhishek, Kaustab, Kanishka. Please try find using partial fraction, find A and B. Okay, partial fraction you should know. It is easy, not so difficult, students. You can do it very easily. So this is the first step you have to remember always. In partial fraction, you are going to take this as U of Z divided by Z. Okay, it is always expressed like this. Partial fractions in Z transformation is always expressed by U of Z divided by Z. So what I have done, I have taken this Z in the denominator. So U of Z upon Z is equal to 1 divided by Z minus 1 into Z minus 2. So which is written in terms of partial fraction, students. So how I should write? A divided by Z minus 1 plus B divided by Z minus 2. So just have split this denominator and I have written. Now you have to find A and B. Please tell me what is the answer of A and B. Please try, students. How you will simplify this? So I will solve. Don't worry. In the beginning, you don't remember the partial fractions, right? So I will tell you the hint. See, partial fraction. Now you will simplify this. So this is 1 is equal to, keep 1 as it is. Here I'm going to take LCM. I will multiply here Z minus 1 and I will multiply here Z minus 2. So this is going to become A Z minus 2 plus B Z minus 1. I think till here it is clear. Any doubt in this, students? Because this is very, very important step. Yes, Kaustubh, beta, any doubt? Yes, Kanishka, any doubt here in this step? Yes, Jitendra Kumar, please reply.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, this is very simple. Okay, again by using LCM, student, this is done. Okay, so please be perfect in LCM as well as partial fraction. So till everything is clear. Now I want to find A and B. So I will just simplify this. I can do it very easily directly, but for your understanding, I'm writing all the steps and telling you. So to find A, I want to find A now. What is the value of A? So I have to put here Z is equal to 1. So how I have decided to put Z is equal to 1, because this, if I put Z is equal to 1, this term is going to become 0, because 1 minus 1 is 0. So like this you have to, it should strike in your mind, students. So therefore I will substitute here like this. 1 is equal to A in the bracket Z, I will substitute here 1 minus 2 plus, now you can just see B 1 minus 1. So when I substitute Z is equal to 1, wherever Z is there, here is Z and here is Z, just substitute here 1 1, so that you can see this is going to become 0. So therefore 1 is equal to A in the bracket 1 minus 2 is minus 1, therefore A is equal to minus 1, student. So you must be fast here, right? Okay, now I think partial fraction will strike in your mind now. Now please tell me what is the answer of B. So I will just find B now. To find B, what I have to put? Anyone please reply? Anyone, students, please think.
2.
Z
Yeah.
equals to
Very good, very good. Thank you for your reply. So Z is equal to 2 is the correct answer, because if I substitute here Z is equal to 2, this term will get cancelled, students. Very good. Okay, so I'll just substitute now. 1 is equal to, this is A. Wherever Z is there, I am just substituting 2. So this is A, 2 minus 2. This is B, 2 minus 1. So this term will become 0, right? So 1 is equal to, this is B, 2 minus 1 is going to become 1. Therefore, you can see B is equal to plus 1, student. So like this, now you will substitute in this equation. So I will take this as equation 1. Am I right? So now I will write like this. So just a minute, I will take this below. Okay, so I will put or substitute A and B in equation 1. Okay, so I want U of Z divided by Z. So I will write like this. U of Z divided by, this is small z, which is equal to, substitute here minus 1 divided by Z minus 1 plus B is 1. So 1 divided by Z minus 2, students. Any doubt, please ask me, students. I'm going very, very slow. Okay, so till here, see, nothing I have done with the Z transform. Only I am solving first partial fractions, and I'm converting in terms of, this is U of Z divided by Z values. So that at the last step, I think last second step or last step, you are going to substitute the direct formula, students, from this Z inverse Z transform formula. You will just put the formula, that's it. Okay, so now you can just simplify this. So I will write now U of Z is equal to, now I'm going to put Z transform here, inverse Z transform formula I'm going to put. So I want here U of Z. So U of Z is equal to, this is minus Z upon Z minus 1. What I'm doing here, I'm just multiplying here by Z on both sides, students. Okay, so I have multiplied Z, Z will get cancelled. Here is equal to minus Z upon Z minus 1 plus Z upon Z minus 2, students. I think till here any doubt is there, please tell me, students. Don't keep your doubts in your mind, please directly ask. I will not scold you, don't worry. Okay, now this is in the correct form. U of Z is in the correct form, students. Now I'm going to apply, yes, apply inverse Z transform. So what you will write here, Z inverse transform U of Z, right, students? So this is equal to, this is again inverse Z transform, it is minus Z upon Z minus 1 plus Z transform z upon z minus 2, students. So what I have applied here, the last step you can just see, I have taken inverse z transform, students, everywhere. So now you can just simplify. Therefore, you can see this is equal to, just you can take out minus outside so that you don't get confused here. I'll make this plus. Can anybody tell me which formula I have to use here? So please go to the formula list. Um,
A raised to n.
yes, beta, you are right. Very good. Nice. So everyone should strike in your mind now already. Z transform of A raised to n is equal to Z divided by Z minus A. So Z inverse Z divided by Z minus A is nothing but A raised to n. So here, just see, compare this equation. A is here 1. So therefore, here it is minus 1 raised to n plus. Please tell me what will be the value for this now.
2 raised to n.
Yes, beta, you are right. That's it. Very simple. Am I right? So now you can see minus 1 raised to n is 1 only. Please remember, I will write here minus 1 raised to n is 1. So this is going to be again plus and minus. It depends, right? Okay, so I will take 1 minus 1 plus 2 raised to n, students. So therefore, this is your answer. Is it clear? Any doubt in this, students? I think there must not be any difficulty solving this problem. Yes, will you solve the next example now? Have you understood?
So why that is minus of minus 1 raised to n?
See here. Oh, I have taken minus on both the sides. Okay, okay. So I made it here plus, nahi? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you to remind me. I've taken 2 times. See, one minus is outside. I have written here. Okay, this is plus. I made it here, but I have written continued here. Okay, so please make a note. This is minus 1 plus 2 raised to n, students. Yes, still any doubt? Okay, please, will you solve the next example now? Same again, you are going to find, this is second example, you are going to find inverse Z transform. So now again you have to simplify like this. So you have to think that in the numerator, the order is 1 here. That is Z raised to 1. Z raised to means order will become 1. Okay, this term is there, Z raised to 1. So in the denominator, please see, we have Z square. Can anybody tell me what will be the order? Yes, Kaustav, please tell me what is the order of this now? Order is 2 because the power is 2 here, students. Okay, now we will use the partial fraction, students. Okay, so you can simplify. So step 1 already I have told you to remember this step, that whenever you express the partial fraction in terms of partial fraction, you first write down u of z divided by z. Please remember this, students. Don't take directly u of z and try to find the partial fractions. You will get confused. So first you write it in terms of like this. Right. Then you go on simplifying the remaining terms, students. So don't get confused here. Okay, students, now again, see, in the denominator, we cannot take again 6z square minus 5z plus 1. This type of equations you may get. So first we will simplify this. What is this, student? This is 6z square minus 5z plus 1 they have given. I have to simplify this now. I will go for again simplifying this. This is 6 z square minus, I will just take this as 6z minus, no, this will be plus z, so that this is going to become minus 5z. Now you can just simplify this, students. Yes, or you can take this as 3 into 2, that will be more better. So this is 3z minus 2z plus 1. This will be easier to simplify. Okay, so 3 into 2 will become 6, and this is 5 can be splitted in terms of 3 and 2. Okay, now you can simplify. Here you can take common 3z, you can take outside. So what will be the in the bracket? Yes, you will get here. This is 2z minus 1. Okay, same way I will take what is I want in terms of 2z minus 1. So I'll just take out minus outside, so that in the bracket minus 1 will there. This is going to become 2z minus 1. So that you can just simplify from these two terms. What is common, students? 2z minus 1 is common. What is remaining? 3z minus 1 is remaining. Therefore, I will write this term, that is 1 divided by, this is 2z minus 1, 3z minus 1, which is equal to a divided by 2z minus 1 plus b divided by 3z minus 1, student. So like this you have to simplify this. Okay, now use partial fraction and tell me, and be fast, students, please. Unmute and tell me what is answer of a and b. So I have given the hint now. Okay, do the second step to find a and b. Please try, students, yourself. Laptop got charging, yes. Okay, so I will tell you the hint also. I want to find now a. So to find a, what I have to do? I'll first rearrange this. So this is 1 is equal to, I will take the LCM. Please, students, you should know now LCM. I will just cross multiply. 3z minus 1 I will multiply here, and I will multiply here 2z minus 1. So therefore I will write this as a into 3z minus 1. This is LCM. Everyone must know this, very, very important, students. So therefore I will take now this equation. So can anybody tell me what value I have to put a here, so that I want to find a value, what value I have to put here b, so that this is simplified? Yes, students, please tell me what is answer of a and b I want now.
A is 2.
A is 2, very good. Please tell me what is b now.
B is 3.
B3.
Ah, very good. So b is 3. Please check once again. Everyone get this. Everyone must get the same answer. Yes, Kanishka, Kaustab. Everyone must get the same answer. Yes, Pranav, Aniket, Ashok, Devraj, Fardin. You're not replying, beta. Nowadays, you are busy, I think. Please solve this and check whether the answer is correct or no. Yes, Fardin. A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. Yes?
Yes, I got the same.
Okay. Then we will go to the simplifying the example, students. Okay. Now we will just see 2. If I put here a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. Please check, this must be minus c. Minus 3, anyone has got?
Yes, sir. I got -3.
That is what I'm saying. A is equal to 2, B must be minus 3. Please check once again. Otherwise, I will simplify this. No problem. I will simplify very fast. See. So just put Z is equal to 1 upon 2. Or if I want to find now B, so I will take 1 upon 3. So this is going to become 0. So this is 1 is equal to 0 plus B 2 upon 3 minus 1. So this is 3. So 1 is equal to B minus 1 upon 3, or you can just see 3 will take this side. So 3 is equal to minus B, or B is equal to minus 3. Students, yes, B is minus 3. Please check. If I put Z is equal to 1 upon 3, so I have just put here 1 upon 3, take LCM in this, and then you can substitute. So B is equal to 3. I think I confirmed that A is 2 and B is 3. Okay, now you are going to take U of Z divided by Z is equal to A is 2 divided by 2Z minus 1, and this is minus 3. So this is minus 3 divided by 3Z minus 1, students. So everyone have got this answer now. Any doubt till here, students? Please tell me. I'm requesting everyone, if you have any doubt, please ask me. See, more doubts you will get when you solve yourself. Don't write it down as it is in your book. Isn't clear? So in the exam, see, you have to solve your paper. You cannot ask your friends to solve. When you solve your paper, then only you are going to become a good engineers, right? Okay, so till here everything is clear, right? Now you are going to take U of Z. So U of Z is equal to, this is 2Z divided by 2Z minus 1 minus this is 3Z divided by 3Z minus 1. So I cannot simplify this directly. I cannot put the formula in this step because we don't have any formula in the numerator. Yes, you can just see in the numerator. There is no formula like 2Z is there in the formula or 3Z is there. So I don't want this coefficient 2 and 3. What should I do, students? Please tell me. Yes, just take this 2 in the denominator and take this 3 in this denominator of denominator. So therefore, just one step is increased here. So this is very, very careful, students, you have to do. So U of Z is equal to, this is Z divided by 2Z minus 1 upon 2. Okay, so I have taken 2 in the denominator minus same way I will take here. This is Z divided by 3Z minus 1, 3 in the denominator, students. Any doubt in this, students? Why I have taken this 3? Because I want in the numerator only Z must be there. Is it clear? Please ask me, students. Any doubts here? No? Okay. So now U of Z is equal to Z divided by 2. I will take both this 2Z upon 2 will become Z minus this is 1 upon 2. Okay, students, minus this is again Z divided by 3. I will take 3Z upon 3 will become here Z minus this is 1 upon 3. So now you are going to use the formula, that is Z inverse transformation of Z divided by Z minus A is equal to A raised to N. Please remember this formula. We are going to use this formula every time. Therefore, you can just see, I will put now, I will take or I will apply the Z transform here. So therefore, which is given by Z transform of U of Z, students. Okay, so first you have to apply the Z transform. So this is again Z transform of Z divided by Z minus 1 upon 2. This is minus Z transform inverse Z transform of Z divided by z minus 1 upon 3, students. Now you just apply this formula. So here, what is the answer, students? Please tell me, anyone. 1 upon 2 raised to n.
To n.
Yes, beta, you are right. Next term, please.
1 by 3 raised to n.
Excellent. You got the correct answer. Means you are perfect in the inverse Z transform now. So like this, you should solve the problem. Very, very important in the partial fractions. Students, use the partial fractions correctly. If you make mistake in the partial fraction, finish. You will not get the marks. Finally, you will get 1 marks after solving everything, because your partial fraction is wrong. Very, very important, students. You be careful while solving the partial fraction, students. Okay, so like this you should get the answers. Is it clear, students? Any doubt in this example? No? Please reply.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you for your reply. Will you solve the next example? Let us see how many will get the answer. If you solve this problem correctly and if you tell me the answer, the final answer, that is inverse Z transform final answer, if you tell me, definitely I will believe that everyone are perfect in inverse Z transform, student. So please start solving this example fast. And please tell me the answer. Write it down. The next, find Z inverse Z transform of u of z is equal to 4z square plus 2z divided by 2z square minus 3z plus 1, students. Please solve this example. Same step, similar partial fractions only we are going to do here also. Yes, students, try yourself. Yes, please tell me the answer now. You should be fast. So first step, please remember what you are going to do. You are going to express this u of z in terms of partial fraction. You have to remember the first step. That is, it must be written in terms of u of z divided by z. So you can just simplify like this. You can take the z in the numerator. You take z common. So I think this is going to become 4z plus 2. Then denominator, this is as it is, 2z square minus 3z plus 1, right? So z I will take in the numerator, that is uz
Excuse,
upon z. So this is, yes, beta.
sir, if you take a z square, then
Yes, beta, please tell me what you are going to take.
if we take z square, sir, z square.
Z square you want to take outside, but why?
No, sir. In first order, we want to take the highest orders, right? In our numerator.
There I will tell you. See, first, if I take here z outside, so I will take down here. So this is 4z plus 2 divided by 2z square minus 3z plus 1. So now in the numerator you can see is power of order of this z is 1, and in the denominator order of this is 2. Then only we can apply partial fraction, or at least this must be equal. Okay, either equal or denominator must have order larger than the numerator. So here only it is done. No, so you can use the partial fractions. Isn't clear now?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you to ask your questions. Please, any doubts are there, please ask me, students. Now it is clear, I think. Partial fractions, you can just see. Numerator has order 1, that is z has the power 1, and in the denominator, any one quantity has z z square. So order will become 2. So then only we can apply the partial fraction, students. Okay, then please use and tell me the answer, students. Please try yourself. Not so difficult. Yes, but first you should remember that you should be perfect in partial fraction. So please practice partial fraction, students. Okay. So let us see what you will get the answer. We'll see now. Those who have understood, please solve with me and give me the answer correctly. And those if you are getting still confused, yes, you can look at the screen, students. So here also, what does this simplify this? Okay, so I would have written here only. Okay, no problem. I will take it here. Okay, so first I have to simplify this. 2z square minus 3z plus 1. So this you can split this in terms of 2z and z plus 1, student, so that you can simplify this. So next, this is from this I will take 2z common. So here only z is remaining, right? Minus 1 is remaining. From this I will take out minus 1 outside. So in the bracket here it is z minus 1. So you can just include this minus z inside, you will get back minus z, minus into minus plus 1. So therefore this is right. Again from these two terms I'm going to take z minus 1 outside. So therefore 2z minus 1 is remaining, student. So like this you are going to substitute the values, right? Okay, so we'll just continue here. Yes, friends. Now I will write this term u of z upon z is equal to, here again you can take out 2 common, no problem. Otherwise you keep it as it is. So I will take this as 4z plus 2 divided by 2z square minus 3z plus 1. Here I will take a divided by, here I will take, instead of 2z square minus 3z plus 1, I will write z minus 1, 2z minus 1, friends. Okay, so this is now a divided by z minus 1 plus b divided by 2z minus 1. Okay, students, please tell me what is the answer now. What is a and b in this?
-8 and 6.
Yes, so you can find and tell me a is 8 and b is minus 6. Yes, students, please check the answer again. Any doubt in this? Everyone got the same answer? Please check. Then we will proceed.
So if you get
Yes.
-8 and 6, it's the same thing.
Okay. You have got a is equal to minus 8 and b is equal to 6. Same, no problem. Just minus will not make much. Must be minus or this must be minus. No problem. So I will take a is equal to minus 8 and b is equal to 6. Yes, Fardin, beta, please check what you got the answer. Yes, Gangadhar.
Yes, sir, it's correct.
Okay. So you have to reply beta. Then I will be very happy that you are solving. I will get confirm. Okay. So I will write now. This is u of z divided by z is equal to minus 8 upon z minus 1. Again here 2 is there. 8 minus 8 divided by z minus 1 plus 6 divided by 2z minus 1, students. Okay, now I will take
So,
u of z.
if you're taking -8, then it will be -8 by 2z minus 1. Interchange. The denominators would be interchanged.
Okay. So you have written like that. Okay, so this is 2z. 2z minus 1 plus 6 z minus 1. No problem. Okay, this is very, very, you should be careful where you have taken a. Okay, no problem. So now it is correct. Any doubt here? Okay, so we'll just simplify. This is u of z is equal to minus 8z. Just I will take down. Yes, students. 8z divided by this is 2z minus 1 plus 6z divided by z minus 1, students. Right? Till here everything is correct, right? Okay. Now you can take the z transform. So I will just take here inverse z transform, students. So please apply here. You can write here, just apply z inverse. Okay, so this is going to be, now here again this will be like this, 8z upon 2z minus 1 is there. In the denominator it must be z minus 1 or something, so that we can apply the formula. For this, one trick is there. What I will do, I will take out 2 from this in the denominator. I will make this as 2z, and I will take 4 in the bracket divided by this is 2z minus 1. So I want to remove this 2. The coefficient of z must not be there to apply the formula. So I will just take this 2 in the denominator. See, I will tell you once again, 8z upon 2z minus 1 is there. I will just take out this 4 outside, or I will take 2 outside. That will be easy. 2 outside, 4z I will take inside the bracket, divided by this is 2z minus 1 is there. Am I right? So 2 I will take it in the denominator, so that 4z divided by is 2z minus 1 upon 2 I will get. Now I will simplify this LCM. So you will get like this, which is equal to, this is 4z divided by this is z minus 1 upon 2. The purpose of this, students, please see here, I don't want this 2z. We don't have any formula for 2z, so I have to modify this such a way that I have to fit the formula here. That is very, very important. I want to fit, therefore I will be converting 8z divided by 2z minus 1 as 4z divided by z minus 1 upon 2, students. So first I will write that. So I will take z inverse formula here. So this is 4z upon z minus 1 upon 2 plus 6z upon z minus 1, students. Any doubt, please ask me. Okay, now I will apply the z transform. So 4 I will take outside. This is 4 is constant, so I will take it outside. So z inverse z transform of z divided by z minus 1 upon 2 plus 6. Again, this is z inverse transform
Sir,
z divided by,
you
yes,
missed
please tell me.
you missed minus, sir. Minus 4.
Okay, okay. Yes, thank you to remind me, beta. So this is minus is there. So because I have not taken here minus, so I thought I have taken this directly. Till here, any confusion is there? Please tell me, students. Any doubt here in this? So right hand side, I am giving all the explanation and all the steps I am writing, so that you don't get confused. Now visit in the standard form. This is very, very important. This must be in the Standard form, students, please note that, because when I take the Z transform, Z inverse transform of Z divided by Z minus A, you should get this as A raised to N. Is it clear? So therefore you can apply now. This is, I will write minus 4 as it is. Please tell me what is inverse Z transform of this?
By 2 raised to n.
Yes, very good. Next term, beta.
1 raised to n.
Yes, it is 1 raised to n. That's it. The last step, students, please remember, inverse Z transform is helpful. So use this formula. So further, if you want, you can solve, or this is your answer. You can just take 1 raised to n is 1 only. So you can just take this as minus 4, 1 upon 2 raised to n plus 6. So this is your answer, students. Is it clear? Any doubts are there? Please ask me, students. I'm going very slow.
Sir,
Yes, please.
what if n value is negative, sir? Negative, sorry. Okay, sir.
Yes, students, any doubt? Okay, then, if you don't have any doubt, so we'll continue in the next class, students. Isn't clear? So please remember, the partial fractions is very important in the inverse Z transform, students. Is it clear? So we will continue in the next class. Yes, students, thank you so much.